So this was a bit of a panic purchase. If you watch my YouTube channel, then you know that about 3 weeks ago I bought a Macotes Sanderianum from Louisiana Orchid Connection. It was limp 2 days ago, and I felt the stem, and the stem felt mushy. So I thought I had gotten stem rot on it. And so I went to the Louisiana Orchid Connection website, and I was like, well, I will just buy a replacement Macotes Sanderianum because I have a problem with stem rot with my jewel orchids. And so, well, you know, it didn't even make it 3 weeks. But when I went to the website, I could not find any jewel orchids for sale. So the entire jewel orchid section at Louisiana Orchid Connection was empty. And so what I found was basically a flask that was available. So even though I wanted a replacement Macotes Sanderianum, what I got was a flask. And this is that panic purchase of the flask. So I got, oh, well, okay. And I got a Richard Mueller cross. But what I really got was this. That's not coming out of the box because he's taped it into the box. So it's here, and it's taped into the box. All right, so let me see if I can get it out. So what I got was a flask of Macotes Sanderianum rather than one blooming size Macotes Sanderianum, because I was thinking that he has no more jewels. People have bought all his jewel orchids, and I won't be able to get one. So the big problem here is, of course, now I have a flask of these to kill, but I'm going to have to take them out of the flask and keep them alive until they're grown. The other thing is that, so the reason my Macotes was limp, or that I noticed it was limp, is because I was watering it. And I've watered it, and now the stem is not quite as limp. So I'm hoping that it doesn't die of stem rot. I don't know. Honestly, my jewels are hit or miss. Either I acclimate them and they live, or they get stem rot in the first couple weeks that I have them, and then they're toast. I don't know why I get stem rot. I don't know what causes it. They all grow together in the same place. I have no idea what I'm doing wrong. But here, okay, so I'm not going to open this yet. Of course, it's totally squashed. But they, Louisiana Orchid Connection states that when you buy a flask from them, which really looks like a tub of butter with plants in it, then before they ship it, they put sterile cotton inside to keep things from shifting around. So here it is. It's got the cotton. I'm obviously going to have to unflask this, unbutter tub it soon, really soon, because next week I'm going on vacation. So I guess I could do this, and then I can come home and see if they're alive or they've been eaten by Pinto, because I won't be here to protect them from him. And we all know that he's a little monster. So there's that. And then because I felt so bad just getting a flask, I got, what is it, an Angel's Fantasy by Richard Mueller from him. So this Angel's Fantasy by Richard Mueller is a cross made by Peter Lynn. I've bought it from Peter. And the problem is that Peter shows ones that have flares and spots. Mine has no flares, it has spots, it's just a solid red. But the picture of the one from Louisiana Orchid Connection says that it has flares and spots. I don't know if all of theirs do, but I have two from Peter, and mine look exactly the same, and they have no flares and spots. I don't know how I got so unlucky as not to get one with flares and spots. So anyways, this is, oh, it's in bloom. Let's see if it has flares and spots. See, like, okay. The little flower is squashed. open it up without breaking it. And yes, it has a flirty spot. Awesome. It is different from the one that I have. So now the question is do I get rid of the Angel Fantasies that I have that are just red and have no flares and spots? Though they do the wonderful fading, right? They start red and then they fade to this bright buttery yellow like you can see over here. They're not spiking yet, but oh, I'm so happy. I have one with the flare spot pattern, and I really do like the pattern here that I got from Louisiana Orchid Connection. So that was my panic buy, just 2 items. The flask, the butter tub of Macody Sanderianum was still $80. So that was an $80 panic buy that I might not have needed to panic because my Sanderianum did not die over the weekend. Yeah, if you go now, like he had all kinds of jewel orchids available like 3 weeks ago, and now if you go to Louisiana Orchid Connection, there's nothing. You can go to eBay. He's still selling the jewel orchid as of Sunday. He was still selling the jewel orchid like pack of sampler pack of like 8, so 8 or 10 orchids, jewel orchids, which I have, of which of course that's grower's pick, so you don't know what you're gonna get. But otherwise, if you want jewel orchids, Louisiana Orchid Connection is out. You can get a flask, like I did, or you can get that sampler pack, but you have to get it from eBay.